This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the 2021 Pisces New Moon. The new moon takes place on March 13th, 2021 at 2:21 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10:21 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time at 23 degrees Pisces, 3 minutes. The Pisces new moon is softening the edges of existence and softening us as well. It invites us to shift focus from the tedium and challenges of the everyday and enjoy a gentler approach. Escape, rest, create, dream, pray, float. This moon is refreshing our taste for aspects of life that transcend worldly obligations. Poetry, music, art, and the creativity that drives them, compassion and loving kindness, spirituality, ecstasy, and connections to something greater than ourselves, to beloveds, to the divine, to all that is. Drink deeply wherever you feel called. They have the power to elevate existence, to give purpose and meaning to the striving, and to soothe and refuel your spirit. You're also sidestepping your conscious mind, which could lead to soaking up inspiration that turns out to be important, or at a minimum, relaxing and restorative. The energies are fluid, going this way and that like tiny tributaries flowing from a river. They're formless and diffuse and hard to grasp with physical hands and maybe with the mind. Go where they lead you. There's really no incentive not to. The atmosphere is decidedly different from the starkness of February and its uncommon emphasis of rigid, detached Aquarian energy. The pileup came with intellectual awareness of connections and networks and communities. That awareness is morphing into non-rational, visceral flexibility and at-oneness. The new moon is blurring boundaries between individuals, between reason and intuition, between reality and fantasy, and between each of us and the rest of all existence. Our minds are in hyperdrive with action hero Mars in chatty airy Gemini and cosmic messenger Mercury at the end of equally airy Aquarius. They are acting more as receivers and transmitters than as navigators and drivers. Whatever they pick up is under the influence of the Piscean waters, which are ultimately determining our courses right now. The waters take over our minds 2 days after the new moon, when Mercury enters Pisces and mental processes move into intuition, telepathy, images, and knowing information without being able to explain how we arrived at it. This particular Pisces new moon has a special, magical, sacred feel, courtesy of the presence of the two guardians of love and creativity, Venus and Neptune. They are tightly conjunct each other and also close by the new moon, which Neptune rules. They are raining down all kinds of lovely, life-affirming, soul-feeding energies. Soak them up. This moon calls for immersion. It may feel like a religious experience, even if you haven't attended a formal worship service in who knows how long. You may sense divinity at work all around. Venus and Neptune are fusing this moon cycle with the presence and power of love, of the divine, of beneficent forces that transcend and elevate worldly existence. Their gifts include compassion and forgiveness, and as you soak in the energies, you may find it organic to direct some of that toward yourself. If the Catholic tradition of confession appeals to you, consider seeking its updated counterpart, the Sacrament of Reconciliation, or crafting an equivalent for yourself. Forgive other people while you're at it. Venus and Neptune encourage seeing the best in everyone and living by the golden rule. They also encourage empathy and draw attention to the battered or underprivileged or underdog or needy. You may look differently at your neighbors, physical and virtual. You may treat them more kindly, if not be inspired to take action for their benefit. Remember that a pebble tossed into a pond can ripple out far beyond your line of sight. Small actions that you take can affect more people than you possibly imagine. This is random acts of kindness and paying it forward territory. All kinds of magical, mystical, religious blendings are possible and appropriate now. Play with them. This is the most creative fresh start imaginable. This moon is an ideal time for consecration and for honoring your connection to higher forces, creativity, inspiration, guidance, spirit, God, however you view it. It's ideal for long candlelight baths and for rituals that invoke magic. The more flowy the clothing, the better. Get out your scarves, cloaks, and crystals. Let your imagination go wild. Apart from whether you take any specific deliberate action, the moon promises to affect living on an ongoing basis. Give yourself over to the power of dreaming, of intuition, of faith, of creativity and guidance. Granted, this approach is not consistent with what's normally considered responsible adult behavior. Putting aside record-keeping or taxes may not be procrastination in the bigger picture, though. Escapist impulses may be exactly what the cosmic doctor ordered. Besides, the sky has backstops in place. They keep you tethered to ordinary reality. Uncomfortable nudges and truths are emerging from hidey holes like your psyche and tapping at you to face them. Opportunities to do that come easily with the moon in a helpful sextile to Pluto, overlord of secrets and inevitable change. As Blue Oyster Cult sang, "Don't fear the reaper." The moon is softening the ground being worked over by his scythe or scalpel or other evolutionary instrument. The loving, mystical, magical Piscean properties are working harmoniously with the transformations we are all experiencing. Though the moon sets a 4-week phase into motion, the waters dominate for only a brief while longer. Fiery life force will be igniting within a week when the Sun and Venus move into Aries. So, welcome this gentle stretch. Lose yourself in it. Enjoy it. To borrow an advertising slogan that's even older than the Blue Oyster Cult song, this moon is the pause that refreshes. Indulge again and again and again. You can experience the therapeutic properties of heaven-sent waters in my guided visualization, the Star Pond Meditation, which is available in the shop at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list, listen to my weekly podcasts, and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. Listen to my new show on Times Radio, Celestial Compass, on the first and third Mondays of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited in the group The Astro-Insight Lounge, and also lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I am very grateful for the people who are supporting my work there. I post on Instagram at KA Biehl and on YouTube at The Professional Aquarian Channel.